All right, welcome to episode 139 of Those Millennials podcast. Today I'm your humble, grateful, extremely thankful, especially this time of the year, thankful host, Kev the Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys and friends in real life. You can definitely talk about that. Rell's here. Rell, how you doing? How you feeling? How's your pockets? How's your mental health?
What's Gucci, man?
Jesse's here. Jesse, how's your mental health? How's your pockets? Good.
We good. We good.
Good. Let me. Always up top. I want to thank
This
you
is my
guys.
favorite time of the year, so I don't take any negativity in this time.
That's right. That's
I don't
right.
take any of that stuff. I just chill and cruise into the next year.
I appreciate that. Obviously, Merry. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be our last episode before the holiday season, but it is. If it is, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, anything that you guys celebrate. This is a time for love and spending time with your family. The most important thing, because this time. Yeah, if anything, 2022. I mean, 2020 and 2021 taught us that we're on borrowed time. So like, spend if you can, spend it with your family members, spend it with the ones you love, and spend it with the people that you really fuck with. But yes, shout out to our first time and last time listeners. Shout out to everybody that's been listening to us on Spotify, on Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube. Shout out to all our YouTube subscribers. Please don't forget to. A lot of people are watching on YouTube and not subscribing. If you please, can you please subscribe on YouTube? It helps the pod go a long way. We have goals that we want to reach. We want to be monetized on YouTube, and it helps the pod go a long way if you guys would subscribe. All right, man. So I'm feeling a little better. Me and Jesse was talking before. Rell, obviously me and you potted last week, and I was hella sick. I feel a little better. My immune system is still ass. It's weird how my immune system is just like ass now. The older I've gotten, I feel like which is crazy because I feel like I eat better, I sleep better now. Like all my habits that you would think would make me feel better, just don't. And I don't understand why my fucking immune system just doesn't give a fuck.
It's cold in Vegas.
Yeah, but it's been cold. I've been out here for shit. What, like 5 years now? 6 years? Something like that. I don't even remember how long I've been there. I guess it's like 16. Oh, before I forget, we don't have an RIP, thank God, on this pod, because the last couple pods, every episode we've been doing RIPs. But we do have a big congratulations. So editor, please add an applause right here. So I want to give a big shout out to pod alum Linnea Lamy, my best friend, who had her daughter Callie on the 17th of December. So yeah, we wanted to give a big shout out to you and thank, I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait to send you the baby shower stuff that I haven't sent you, but I am going to send it to you. But yeah, big shout out to her. But shout out to, I don't know if she would want us to share said name. Shout out to everybody involved. Love, peace, and all. Shout out to everybody involved. You guys have nothing to share? Nothing?
Oh, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, y'all have nothing to share.
Congratulations to her.
Okay.
Baby looks beautiful, and welcome to motherhood.
You're muted. You're muted, Rell. Good job, bro. You missed the funny. You missed the joke. What happened? You're muted again. What happened?
He's not muted. His mic is off.
Oh my God, Rell, what happened? Anyway, we're off to a great start already. You're supposed to be a professional.
Yeah, we are.
There you go. You had nothing smart to say. You're good. You had a joke to say. Okay, thank God. So holiday season, have y'all started y'all shopping already? Because
not buying anybody anything, and I'm not giving anybody anything.
What a life!
I'm all done. I got mine done early.
Yeah,
I'm all done.
How many people were on your list for shopping?
22
for gifts. What? 20?
Jesse's Nigerian.
I know I should. Yeah, you know that's crazy. I should have.
I'm
I
just
should.
kidding. It was just my brothers and my parents. Like, no, but that's a good reason for why I would have 22. But,
Holy shit!
Like,
but
how
no.
could you not doubt that? Like,
That's
But I mean,
if it's really 20, then like the budget for everybody is like $40, bro. Like the budget
$40.
is.
you were being
$5.
nice. Whoa,
That's nice. Was it
$40?
$2?
If it was 22 people, it's $20 is the budget.
bro, it's
Fuck
$5
outta
and
here.
all y'all get is $5 Starbucks gift cards. But
That's crazy.
I'm Scrooge McDuck this year, so
Bro, what a life you live to not have the obligation to need to get anybody anything for freaking Christmas or
I
anything.
gave him good.
What a life. I'm almost done. So we're recording this on the Wednesday. So you guys hopefully are listening to this Thursday or whenever you guys listen to this. Shout out to my brother Illa. I do not have your gift yet. I got my sister's today. Because I had to go pick up Lennox because she wasn't feeling great. I had to pick her up from daycare. Got my mom's, got my brother's, got my girls. Hers is showing up late, so but I haven't got my brother's Illa's yet, and he listens to the pod. So when you listen to this, I haven't got your gift yet, but you know it is what it is. Jess, you wanted to ask something. I forgot what you wanted to ask, bro.
Oh, well, we're in the holiday season and we're talking about gifts. What is the most memorable gift you've ever gotten?
I think you've asked this on like earlier seasons of our pod, or one of our early seasons of pod. I remember us, and I do mean us. My literally my brother, my sister, and I. My parents got us an N64. I think that was like
I
one
think
of our
I did ask this question.
Yeah, I think it was N64. I remember the game that it came with. It was Beetle Adventure Racing. If anybody remembers Beetle Adventure Racing, it was literally a freaking race car game with Beetles. And I think it came with WrestleMania 2000.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, NWO is better.
No. WrestleMania 2000 was a shit. The level of disrespect.
Oh,
and then No Mercy came out. Then No Mercy came out.
It's not better than No Mercy.
No Mercy was the shit.
Nitro was better than all of them.
Oh.
Anyway, Rell, what gift was your favorite? You crazy as hell. I still play No Mercy.
And favorite is different from memorable. I'm saying most memorable. One that just comes to mind every time you think about it.
Oh, and the Kevin McAllister Home Alone talking recording thing that really is a dinosaur thing. The big ass thing he used in the movie to change his voice to an older adult in order to get in the hotel. Yeah. My mom bought us one of those too.
I think one time my dad, when I lived in Upland, I think when we got a basketball court, I think that was the best. It's because it was the most surprising. It was that one year where you wanted something, parents saying you weren't gonna get it, type shit, or like we already got you enough shit. So I think that was probably the most memorable, probably the basketball court I got, because I remember I was playing. I didn't have a court, so I was shooting on this fucking like this shit like a light shit for the longest. So I would just shoot on that, and then like for the longest, then when I finally got the court, like they would put water in it, like that was fucking dope. I was out there all fucking summer, but I never got better.
You did the water, not the sand?
Yeah, I did the water. Yeah.
Terrible. What was I about to ask? Damn, fucking literally like that. Lost my train of thought. Rell, do you want to talk about the World Cup or no?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, my bad. Oh, Jesse didn't do his. I'm sorry, I apologize.
What was a gift that you... Well, mine, if anybody wants to know, mine was Super Nintendo when I was a kid.
There you go.
I will never forget that one. What was one that you used the least? Like, given a gift and you just didn't really use it, you just put it off to the side.
As a kid, I'm pretty sure I've done that a lot. I don't know. I mean, like I can't remember like necessarily as a toy. As an adult, I kind of value things more. I mean, or if I don't like it, like I'll find a way to return it to somebody, or sell it on Amazon or something.
As a kid, I'm with Rell. I don't remember not using anything. But I do
it's
remember
more as an adult, because as a kid, whatever you're getting what you want. As an adult, now people are like, I don't know.
So let me give this PSA for anybody that gets me future gifts. Anytime you get me cologne, I probably won't use it. I'm gonna be real, because I like the cologne I use already. I will try it, but chances are I probably won't use it.
Damn.
I know. It's just.
So why don't you just let everybody know the cologne you use, so they'll just get you that?
I mean, people try to surprise me with cologne all the time. So.
No, I'm just saying, what's the cologne you do use? So from here on out.
Oh, I use Curve. I use Curve, man.
Okay, for me. Yeah. People don't get you that?
Nah, they don't.
It's like the cheapest one out of all the colognes. Like,
I know. And then there was one year, I mean, when I ran out of Curve, I used this Usher one that I found at Ross. That one was really good. And then there's a couple, but like anytime when people pick a fragrance for you and it's just not the fragrance you like, I just be
fragrance is really a preference thing to me.
It's like,
it is.
Especially if it's a guessing game. Like, don't guess with the fragrance. Don't guess with it.
Don't guess and be like, oh, he wants to smell like lavender all the time. No, I don't want to smell like lavender all the time.
Know me, or is this you just guessing off of your smell?
Because you know how women is. I don't want to just make this sexualized, but women will buy you cologne because they be like, oh, I want him to smell like this. If your girl, somebody you interested in, somebody talking to you, they like, oh, I want you to smell like this.
Then wear it so you can smell like that. That's
never
it.
Had a woman buy me cologne. It's crazy.
You never had a woman buy you cologne?
No.
I'm trying to think. I think I had.
That's crazy.
I think I had it one time, but
that's crazy.
She liked the smell. The one time it happened, I did like the smell, but she liked it a lot more. So I was like, yeah, I'm obviously every time I spray, I'm gonna spray it on. But everybody seems to like my body spray, the Old Spice Swagger. So but
I've had girls that I dated at one point, and then we broke up, and I had a certain smell at that point, and then we reconnected or like linked up or saw each other again, and they were wondering like why'd I change my smell. But yes. I
think for me is my dad. I don't really wear a lot of suits and ties and everything, but for some reason every year my dad got it. From like high school to like 20 something, he just kept getting us button-up shirts and ties. And it was just like, why do you keep getting it? And to the point where we made fun of him.
What you wear.
And it was just like he kept putting, you're gonna be like we're gonna be some businessman or something. You need ties and shirts. And it's just like, nigga, you just buy them.
Right. I'm I don't wear suits like that. I have one suit in my closet, but that's that. I was told that's all you need. You need one suit in your closet, maybe 2 set of ties. That's it.
If you're not gonna have a job where you got to wear one every day, there ain't no reason to have a bunch.
Right.
It just takes up closet space.
I'd rather just wear a cardigan. I'm gonna be real with you. All right, so while Rell's back. Rell, you want to give your picks before I do not list?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Or do you want to do a World Cup?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Let me do World Cup first. Sorry about that, but I just want to talk about that final that we saw and just how soccer moved forward in America, and I feel like right now soccer's in a beautiful time to capitalize on everything that they just accomplished with this epic World Cup, and it's the only thing I find a few flaws though, like with soccer moving forward with their leagues, and more so because like Mbappe and Messi, they're on the same team, with Paris, and so it's like, and they play different. But when I say I was at a pub in downtown Vegas, and when I say it was lit, everybody was running around. It just created energy, and I'm talking to people that I Argentinian people who with the jersey on, crying because Messi, like. What day was that? I'm trying to remember. What day was that? Sunday mornings. I had to leave my fucking apartment at like 6 o'clock in the morning to get to this bar. And because
I just remember Twitter was up. I'm trying to think what I was doing.
I'm gonna miss it, bro. I love waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning and having a fucking match on. That's that intense. But the whole thing is that the World Cup, I realize it's a different soccer. Like I said, the fact that Mbappe and Messi play on the same team, and then the whole thing is that in America, we're like the 15th best league in the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, so if you really want to get into it, like I am, like I'm getting into it. Like you got La Liga coming up, which starts November to start December 28th. You got Champions League coming up, in the Premier League coming up too as well. So I mean, I'm getting into all of it now, and I think everybody should, because this sport, man, it's such a, for the longest, like I said, I would say I don't think I paid attention to soccer because I'm such a sports nut, only because it wasn't in America. But you know, like, because it's hard to find their matches. But now that, you know, Paramount Network has picked up, you know, Premier League, it's easier they're more accessible now, because they're like, these are like billion-dollar teams, you know. So
and Peacock has, they have La Liga, right?
Yeah, and Premier. I thought one of them has Premier. Paramount has Premier, I think.
Paramount has Premier, I think. I forgot what Peacock has.
But either way, I just thought like it was just the best match I've ever watched. I was a Cristiano Ronaldo fan, and man, Messi, boy, and then they're gonna find certain things like hard to believe in context, like Mbappe's 23, he already has a World Cup, and this is his second one. This is his second appearance. Pele has fucking 3 World Cups, and he never played European. Man, hope he gets better, by the way. He's been in critical grief help Pele, but Pele has 3 World Cups for Brazil. Like, just in the context of like how hard it is to win this shit is insane. Like,
also think about it this way: that man is 23 years old, and he balled out, and he's about to catch. I forgot what place he's like in top 5
of all-time
goals in the
World Cup.
In the World Cup, he's gonna take the lead on that. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I did. So I've obviously, like I said, Twitter blew up. So I did catch a little bit. My dad was here. He was watching
that game
it.
was incredible, man. That game
no, I believe it. I just wasn't tapped in like that. But I did enjoy the NBA Twitter aspect of it, where people on NBA Twitter was like, all right, so all you soccer aficionados, explain to me Messi winning the World Cup in basketball terms. Like, what does this mean for his career? Like, who is he? What does this mean? So I enjoyed that aspect. I always, in NBA Twitter, it's just great, man. They always know how to make something fun and funny, man. And
I wish we did a World Cup for basketball at this point.
We do.
It's coming.
But I mean, we're actually people cared. I don't know. We're like,
yeah. We do have I was going to say, we do have a World Cup for basketball. It's just U.S.
You know, but I want to go where people like, I mean, because I wanted to, like, you know, you see some of these Euro leagues and they shooting flares and burning half the stadium during the game. Like, you know, like, I want them kind of atmospheres. But I mean, I want the best of the world to play ball now, because now the best in the world isn't American when it comes to basketball. You got a Greek freak. You know what I'm saying? You got a Slovenian, a serial killer. This dude, you know, so it's incredible right now, and I think the world.
But the thing is,
like, I mean, like prime example, I'm going to the World Baseball Classic in March in Arizona. I'm gonna drive out there. Like,
we're not
the best. We'll get our ass kicked out there, but it's gonna be fun.
Well, what I was gonna say is, like, we do have a world basketball. It's just one of those things where it's like, keep in mind, remember, that's how they built up that Redeem team.
Yeah,
they had to go through the world, and then they didn't even get. Did they get first in that one? Did they win that one?
Not the first time, but the Redeem time they did with Kobe.
Yeah, and then they went to the Olympics. See, the difference is we take the Olympics so seriously, and then the world basketball is like kind of.
I feel like basketball is the only other globally one that could really global and be like soccer is.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like we're in the early stages of basketball being how basketball is in America. That's how basketball is into soccer over there right now. That's how, I mean, basketball overseas is how soccer is over here right now. Where it's in early stages, infancy, just getting over there into basketball. I think it's all the Joel Embiid's we passed up, out of the Cameroon.
I think it's
shit.
I think it's a
Marcus
little more.
Spears was talking about that, and
I think it's a little more. I think it's a little more because basketball
is more advanced because of the under 16 and the UBA.
Yeah, because they at that time where you look at, they were beating the U.S. where they had the Spain, they had Argentina was good. You know, the thing is they can't sustain as much as the U.S. sustains because we just
and all their players want to come over here. So
all their players come over here, but it's just sustaining like being great. And because they play from they're 16 years old all the way to this age, they don't all the way until they're 30 something years old. They don't build it up like the US where it's like, all right, you're 30, we're gonna just get a 22-year-old to play your position. Like we got because we constantly have young players like that are at a top notch level. But what I would say is like it is getting bigger and bigger. But I don't know, it's I guess for soccer in the US, it's like one of those things where you imagine like you see Mbappe and you see his stature and his speed and everything, and you think like, yo, what if Russell Westbrook played soccer? Bruh.
I mean, it's hard to have foot control like that though. Because I mean, honestly, foot control and stamina when you're tired.
It's not hard if you've been doing it your whole life.
That part.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard when you've been doing it your whole life.
But thinking when you're tired, like soccer's the most thinking man's sport when you're tired.
But that's what I'm saying. It's all of those things. But if you're playing, these guys have been playing since they were 8, 9 years old. If you do that with Russell Westbrook, or not even with Russell Westbrook, take a slot wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? That's a quick speed wide receiver. That's like 5'9". You put him on the field, it's like wide receiver. It's all footwork. Everything is all. It's a lot of footwork. So it's just one of those things. If you've been working on it since you were like 8, 9 years old, you know when to work on how to work on your stamina. You know how to do your burst. You know how to do all this. The only reason I say that is just like we don't have our best athletes, and we're getting that a lot in other sports too.
Yeah, they're
like
other sports.
Boxing, we don't get our best athletes as boxers anymore.
Right.
We don't get our best athletes that are playing soccer. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, but I think as they continue, I hope the hype and everything that happened this year continues on, because it is in the US next World Cup. Mm-hmm. Only problem is watching that finals really put in perspective how behind the US is in the world. Like there's like watching the US in that elimination round, it was like, damn, there's levels to this shit. And then you watch the championship game and you're like,
this is what NBA Twitter was doing. So it was like, all right, so Argentina and France was in the finals, right?
Yeah.
So that's like Boston and the Warriors, and it was like, all right, so where is the US in that aspect? Are we like Oklahoma City bad? That's how NBA Twitter was describing it. It was like, are we like Indiana bad? Where are we at in this? In this
AFC.
It's just AFC.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I don't really think you could put it in basketball. Like
the highest US has ever finished in the World Cup was third.
Yeah,
we never won it,
and that was like us getting to that elimination round. That's the first time we were in the elimination round in almost like 10 years, or we didn't go to the World Cup last time.
Well, our best players don't play soccer. Landon Donovan is probably our best.
No, that's
white American soccer player.
That's the point I was making.
Pulisic, when he's done, he's gonna be probably finished the greatest, But there's been some ones that came and gone. You had Clint Dempsey, but I mean, it's a fun time.
What I'm trying to say is, if those are our best players, and now we also are getting players like Pulisic, he does play overseas. He does play, and I think he plays in the Premier League. We got a couple of other players that play in the Premier League, so it's like. That's how they're going to get better. It's not only like getting better in the sense of like we build up the MLS. Yeah, you can do that. But these guys got to get used to playing the best in the world. And the best in the world is just like when,
Barclays Premier League and all the other
stuff. If you get that's why you get foreign players to come to the US to play basketball, because, you can be as great as you want, but Luka needs to know how to play against these guys. Like, you got to be... to even see if you're able to get to that level, or be at that level. So it's like one of those things where I'm like, the more you got guys going overseas and stuff, playing at their pace, their speed, it kind of sucks for Pulisic, because you could tell he wants to do more, but it's like, you guys actually can't do this stuff that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, or what I'm thinking, y'all not at that level yet. But it's all. I just hope it just continues. It continues to build, and
It will. It will.
it's one of those things that it was an amazing World Cup championship. Like Pulisic literally, not Pulisic, but Mbappe literally went Jordan. Like literally said, "Give me the ball and get out my way." Like literally, while Messi was doing his shit, like while Messi was on the other side,
that was
doing his
incredible.
shit.
It's just that two legs, two pioneers to be doing that. But let me get off my picks real quick, Kevin, before I get you to your not list.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a 3-team for this week. I'm gonna do college football, something different. I'm going with the gas. This is
because you've been getting your ass kicked so bad in the NFL.
Fuck the NFL, but I actually went 4-2 last week. Okay. Wake Forest -1 in the gas Barilla Bowl. Wake Forest is a really good football team. They should be winning this game pretty easily. Middle Tennessee State versus San Diego State in the Hawaii Bowl. And I'm going Bowling Green -160. 3-team parlay, $20 wins you $20 wins you 100. So 100 wins you 500. So those are my 3-team. Wake Forest -1, Middle Tennessee +7, Bowling Green money line. Do what you want. That's how I'm getting paid this week. Also, UCLA +3.
Okay.
-3, actually. -3. First pick. -3.
All right. Not list time. For those who are new to the program, I feel like I always have to tell them what the not list is. First of all, welcome. Second of all, the not list is just how it sounds. It's a list of I have compiled of stuff that I have seen on the internet, that I've seen throughout the week, and I put it on the list of stuff that we're not talking about. In this week's not list, it's the first time this has ever happened. I'm going over 5. I'm probably going to do 6. I have up to 10, but I'm probably going to do up to 6 on the not list this week. All right. So number 1 on the not list. Billionaire Matt Isherby is purchasing the Phoenix Suns and the Mercury for $4 billion. For those who don't know, what school did Matt Isherby play for? Michigan State or Michigan?
Michigan State.
Michigan State. I think he made his money off of real estate and off of it's a real estate business, Rell, if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm. Mortgage broker for
mortgage broker. He was a part of the group that was trying to buy what team was it? I should have known that off the top of my head.
Milwaukee Bucks.
The Bucks, yeah. So when the Bucks were kind of for sale, he was trying to be in a part of the group that bought the Milwaukee Bucks. But then obviously the Robert Sarver stuff happened and the Phoenix Suns became on the market. And now we still don't know how much his percentage is. But yeah, he's going to be the new head of the Phoenix Suns for $4 billion. When this came out, $4 billion was, I think Bill Simmons said 4, right? Bill said 4. He said 4. I think this is about right for the Phoenix Suns. What y'all think?
It's a high price, but the only reason why this matters is in the NBA is because I feel like the owner is like almost like a fucking like a WWE character, where he's like he factors in, the owners now because he's damn near tied to your GM. Like people like,
and he's young too, ain't he? Like 44?
Yeah, he's in his 40s. Yeah, so I just think it's important. I don't want to kudos to him, but it's important when you get an owner because you don't know how this owner's gonna react. You don't know how the owner wants to do. You don't know if he wants to be somebody who wants to trade players. You don't know what kind of owner he is. So especially in the NBA, when an owner is literally a part of the storyline, I just think that it's interesting.
All right. Number 2 on the not list. DirecTV original Sunday Ticket Red Zone channel could be history as a result of Google acquiring media rights to Sunday Ticket for YouTube TV. So Sunday Ticket might be gone off of DirecTV. What do you guys think about that?
Good, because I don't have DirecTV anyway.
Yeah, DirecTV's like 1 second away from
Being wiped off of it anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so this has been
In the making.
for the
I don't know anybody that has
It's
DirecTV.
honestly the only thing that's saved DirecTV.
Yes.
It's the only thing and honestly,
Yeah.
a lot of people are talking about how bad it's really getting now. So
I remember when I lived in West Covina, we had DirecTV for Sunday Ticket, and every 6 months, so they lock you in at a certain price, and then after the 6 months little grace period where they had the little special, the price will go up, but then the price will go up even like a little more after that. So we would call and be like, we're canceling, we can't afford this. And they'll literally on the phone, they're damn near begging you like, hey, so what do we got to do for you to? It was a lot of that. There was a lot of that for a long ass time for us to keep for DirecTV. So we got a lot of discounts and a lot of our DirecTV bill was low, but it was like a fluctuating bill for like the longest.
That was the hack.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they raise the bill, it'll be like, all right,
yo, I'm done with y'all, bro. I can't do this.
And then they'll take it right back down.
They'll be like, yo, okay, so if you do this and do that, but yeah. So YouTube TV, man, a W. Google. All right. This one has been up this. So I wrote this one down originally yesterday, but since then, this person has since apologized, but I'm still gonna say it. Did y'all see the comments in what Wally Zerbiak was saying about
Yeah, I did.
Tyrese Halliburton?
Wally Zerbiak, because he shouldn't even have a job. Never let nobody. Nobody even knows who you are, Wally.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Wally Zerbiak is like. Today, go ahead.
It was just so weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's all I got for it.
Go Google the clip. So Wally Zerbiak, for those who don't know, Wally Zerbiak is a former NBA player. I'm gonna be real. He was one of my favorite white NBA players of all time. He's like in my top 5. Stop it.
Not even that. Wally Zerbiak is in your top 5 of white NBA players.
I love Wally Zerbiak, bro. I love Wally.
You are racist.
How about racist?
Is Chris Mim in your top 5?
Exactly.
No, he's not.
Is Chris Mim in your top 5?
No, Wally Zerbiak averaged like 22 points one season.
What was the Clipper?
Keith Van Horn was in my top 5 too, and Keith Van Horn was quiet.
Keith Van Horn is in your top 5?
Keith Van Horn was cold. Watch your fucking mouth, Jesse. Keith Van Horn was cold as fuck with the high socks.
Jesse, that's the only way.
Don't shake your head at Keith Van Horn.
What about
that's the only way I could tell.
You want to talk about a player that was in the era before and born too soon? He was like a 6'9", 6'11" shooter.
Who was the Clippers center? Rell? Clippers center.
Chris Kaman, that son of a bitch.
Kaman one of your top 5?
No. Chris Kaman is not in my top 5.
Kevin,
but why y'all acting like Keith Van Horn? First of all, y'all not about to disrespect Keith Van Horn.
Kevin, where does Richard Jefferson rank in your top 5?
He's not what? Anyway.
The only reason I'm asking this question because your top 5 is very in a specific time period.
Yeah, that's when I fell in love with basketball.
You're really missing all the white players before this time.
Yeah.
I mean, great.
I never saw Jerry West.
These are your.
I never saw Ray Bird live.
That's what I was like. And Wally Zerbiak is in your top 5.
Wally Zerbiak was my dude. Bob Sura.
These guys are not even like in the top.
No.
Top
these are some of my personal favorite.
These guys are not
guys.
Even like in the top 500.
Why are you killing my favorite white guys? This was not about my favorite white guy list. This is about Wally Zerbiak being a bitch and being a piece of shit to fucking Tyrese Halliburton. He's since apologized. I'm not gonna read his apology. It's on the internet. He apologized for what he said. But like you said, it was weird that he came at Tyrese Halliburton like that during a fucking halftime show.
It's just one of those things. Like I've never heard like Tyrese Halliburton like talk or nothing. I've never heard anything bad about the guy. For him to be doing this, wannabe all-star or
that was weird.
It was just like, what are you?
Weird. What? It's like, did he sleep with your sister and not like call her? Like, what happened?
Yeah, it's more his sister, more like his daughter.
Daughter. Sorry, man.
But what I was gonna say is like it just was like. Also, I was wondering why does he work for the Knicks on television? Was he ever on the Knicks?
He could have been. He was on a lot of teams. I remember him from when he was in Minnesota. I remember he was cold in Minnesota, and I'm not gonna talk about why he's cold. Anyway,
I remember him in Minnesota. Did he play for the Celtics too?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I remember him on Minnesota when he was cold as fuck. Oh my
I remember
God.
Minnesota, and there was just like other teams. I do believe he was on the Cavs.
I think I'm on number 4 or number 3 on that list. I can't remember. I think I'm on number 3.
But go ahead.
All right. So number 4. We knew this was coming. So we are not talking about how Michael B. Jordan has to fight Franklin Saint for dating Lori Harvey. Right? He got to fade this nigga, right? You're muted.
For what?
She can date who she wants.
Yeah, it's like why she broke up with him.
I don't know his real name, but I call him Franklin Saint. He's Franklin Saint.
All is fair in love and war. I've realized the older I've got.
Yeah,
all is fair in love and war.
Who's Franklin Saint?
I don't know his real name. What's his real name, Rell? I know you know his real name.
Damon Idris.
Damien Idris, the guy that everybody, all the girls like. Shout out to him. I'm a big, I've watched Snowfall. I'm a big fan of Snowfall.
I kind of want to tell him like, yo, I don't think that's the route for you, brother. Like, I don't think that's the route for you.
I didn't want to say it.
Have you ever had caviar on, from certain places?
No, you're right. No, I'm not saying in the sense of, first and foremost, Lori Harvey's bad. Yes.
We own, like, who doesn't know that?
Yeah,
sometimes I like to shoot on different courts.
I just said, I don't know if that's what I'm trying to say is there's certain things that come with dating Lori Harvey. You're yourself in a different,
If he dates any other woman that's like lesser than that, it doesn't become a story. It was all over,
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you want that type of publicity on you? Like, nothing against Michael B. Jordan, but Michael B. Jordan wants to be a worldwide superstar, everything, and dating Lori Harvey, it's like dating Kim Kardashian. Like, you're going into another
Pete Davidson. Whose name will come up again on this pod.
You know what I mean? Think of Pete Davidson and him dating a Kim Kardashian or whoever he's dating. But it's like, it's one of those things where they put you in a different status where I don't know if you want to be a part of that. I don't know him personally, but I'm not saying you can't date him.
Somebody in this camp got to steer him in the right way, man. That's all I'm saying. And in my opinion, Michael B should fade that nigga. All right. I buried the lead.
What?
Just all principle. Anyway.
What principle? Nah, Kev.
Just
no,
principle.
You can't just what principle are we talking about? They're both single. She can date whoever she wants.
I don't know. I want to see Michael B. Jordan fight in not in Creed setting. Anyway.
Makes no sense.
It's not supposed to make sense. I'm not asking for it to make sense. All right, so I buried the lead. I was supposed to start off with this one. Obviously, this is week 2, 3 of arguably the most ridiculous circus of a trial in hip hop since, I don't know, give me the OJ or what was the other one that everybody was? I'm talking about for our culture. What was the other trial that everybody was tripping about? Obviously, I'm talking
Snoop Dogg murder.
The Snoop Dogg murder.
I mean.
But basically, I'm talking about. I'm done talking about the Meg.
Is more so subjective.
The Tory Lanez.
I feel like it's the media.
Yeah. All I know is, and I'll leave it at this because some people was really mad at Rell for what he said and what I said. Whatevs.
Who was mad? And tell them to at me because they never say shit to me.
Excuse me. All I will say is this: all parties are lying, and it's obvious. And we'll never probably figure out the truth of this shit. We'll never get to the bottom of this shit.
Hopefully we don't have to hear from Tory anymore after this. So.
But I'll just leave it at that.
And whoever had a problem with what I gotta say, you know where my inbox is at.
All I know is I don't because I haven't been following this shit at all. But all I know is
Good job,
that
Jesse.
was she shot? Yes. So we'll go from there. Like somebody needs to be like. I also remember.
And I don't want to hear about who she fucking and all the other shit. With
Yeah, I'm just like,
Well,
what is that?
That's the only thing where she's at fault at because she did lie about that, and it's been proven she lied about that.
Nobody's gonna admit to having sex with Tory Lane.
She literally went to Gayle King and lied and said she had no relationship with.
Tory Lanez is a hard.
Like she
sell,
lied.
Meg.
But
About but was she shot?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, again,
Yeah. So who
Meg
she
was
is
injured.
You
There
can't
was-
just be doing
like,
shit like that.
what-
And then,
Who you
and then-
having sex with doesn't
matter.
doesn't mean anything when you like that don't play a part in anything.
Like,
You can't react that way just because somebody you found out, so whatever the fuck you found out. What I believe happened is she told him your music means
here we go.
your
go.
head is big
Here
and
we
you'll
go.
never get a feature from me.
Here we
That's
go.
what I believe she told him.
Okay.
And that sounds kind of true.
Okay, bro. Number 5. Also, we are not talking about Romeo and Master P. I am mad that they aired that out on the internet. That sounds like something that should have been internal.
Who cares?
We're not talking about that. I like this one.
I mean, I'll say this. I actually do like what I've seen about what Master P posts, and he's always about positivity, building Black family. So it does suck that that shit came out, and they had to play it out over social media. It is kind of crazy that happened. They seem to have a good relationship with one another, but you never know what happens behind the scenes. But
yeah, I just wish they would have kept it behind, wherever.
Well, it's not a they thing. One put something out there, and he responded. I believe Romeo put the first thing out there, and he responded thinking one thing. He talks to his son, and his son tells him another. And it's kind of crazy because it's always like, Master P's always, I don't know the specifics of anything, but Master P's always been like trying to give for his kids. Like everything that, like, when he even came to No Limit Records, he gave it to Romeo to say, hey, you got to take it to the next level. I would have told him that, No Limit is not doing anything right now.
My baby wasn't doing that.
Huh?
My baby wasn't taking things to the next level.
No Limit had hit his limit when he gave it to him, so he was kind of giving them a dead stock,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have told him like we need to move on to something else, but
I don't want to, like I said, I really don't want to get into this because it's really none of our business. But it is interesting that, like, for the longest in hip hop, people was talking about like where all Master P's money has gone, and I'll just leave it at that.
What do you mean where? What?
Where has his money gone? There's been rumors for the longest of time. This ain't new that he's legit broke.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
All
I didn't know. I feel like that should be a further conversation. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Moving on. All right. So the last one. I thought this was just a cool one.
Aaron Judge signs with the Yankees.
No. I mean, sure. Yeah. We're not talking about that. So yeah, if you want to add that on that list, sure.
No, my bad. Yeah.
No, please add it.
No, it's cool. I thought I just jumped. I thought that was your last one. The becoming a captain. I thought that's what you put on there, but
why is he becoming captain?
I mean, it's a special thing. But go ahead. What's your knowledge?
All right, so Nike and Netflix have announced a new partnership. This has seemed like one of those things that should have happened, and somebody should have had this idea already.
The workout tapes on Netflix?
Yeah, so Nike and Netflix are launching a Nike training club on December 30th with over 90 workouts for all fitness levels. It seems like this kind of thing should have been happened because and this is just my business mind thing. I just wonder who came to who with what at the table. Which party came to the other party first?
Sure Netflix came to them.
Yeah, just that Nike
Because
likes
them
to
adding workout videos only makes sense.
Nike likes to expand their portfolio with other companies and everything else. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the other way around. But you're probably right. That's probably how it went. All right, done with that list. So before we get to our end of the year in culture, pop culture, Twitter, social media, it was leaked 2 days ago, Ja Morant's Nike logo, and I just kind of want to talk and talk about my thoughts about it.
Would you grade it?
I'll get to that. So when Rell posted in the chat, I saw it already, but I thought in my head I was like, well, it's about time, because obviously, I brought it up months ago that Ja Morant was getting his own sneaker. Obviously, with Kyrie going out, this opens the gates for that. Yada yada yada. So it's been leaked, and Nike hasn't officially announced this yet, but there are pictures online of Ja Morant's new logo. It's a decent looking J with an A. I don't with like a bow and like a little bow and arrow thing, like a boomerang. I'm sorry, like a boomerang at the bottom of it.
Looks like the Kobe signal to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
The Mamba.
This is my only caveat. And I think this is where John Moran and whoever created this has made a mistake, because I hope there is another logo too that I see. So if you guys are not familiar and so I don't watch John Moran's. So John Moran has a YouTube channel, if you guys don't know, that he posts on. He's been had it since like his rookie season, if I remember correctly. He posts on it pretty frequently. He does his workouts, spend time with family, all that shit. He and everybody around him, they don't even call him Ja or Ja Morant. Everybody calls him 12. He referred to himself as 12. So I was watching him on what's the name of that stupid sneaker store on Melrose? I forget the sneaker store name. But it's so basically
Flight Club?
No. It's one of the newest store. Cool Kicks. So Cool Kicks does a YouTube show where they have celebrities come in and they get, they take them to the back and they show them shoes, yada yada yada. Ja did that. He went in there and his whole team called him 12. He referred to himself as 12. So there is a 12 logo too, along with this logo. So I think in my mind, I don't know if any other athletes besides LeBron and Jordan who has multiple logos. I think AI back in the day had multiple logos. I know. Well, I'm sorry, Penny too. Penny has multiple logos too. But so he has the 12 logo and this logo with the name and the Nike sign. The only problem I have, this is my long way of saying, the only issue I have with this is that the thing about logos for signature athletes, if you look at all of the signature athletes' logos through any brand, there isn't any branding. The main brand is not pictured with the logo. So like, for instance, the Jumpman with Jordan, right? It's literally just him with the Jumpman. It's no Nike picture. It's no Nike symbol under that. It's literally just a Jumpman. The Kobe logo. It just has the little Kill Bill, insignia. Same thing with AI. Same thing with Paul George. It's the P with the G in the bow tie font in the format. Kawhi. The list goes. LeBron has 3 logos if you count his dunk band. My point is, I think this is a mistake by him and his team, because I don't think they should have the Nike symbol under his logo. I know this is like real nitpicky and this is real niche, and I know a lot of people probably don't even fuck with this and think about this. But for me, when a company, especially a brand, has faith in you, like Nike, I don't like when they put their logo under yours, another logo that they built for you. It feels like double branding, and it's the whole purpose of you having your own is for you to have kind of separation, even though again it is their shoe, it's their brand technically. It's for you to have kind of separation from that, and that's all I wanted to say. Basically,
Um, I see your point, but I like it because I feel like it adds something to the logo.
I think it would look a whole lot better without it. It's like
It
every
looks
time
too
I look,
much
it's the
like the
first thing
Kobe
I see it.
signal. It looks too much like the Kobe signal symbol without it.
I think that Nike.
I don't know why
just,
they didn't put the JA12. Like I don't know why they didn't put like a
yeah,
J.
I think that was a missed opportunity. They should have put the 12 in there. But
They should. I mean, because I watch. Memphis is probably the second best basketball team I watch all year, and I'm watching him a lot. And he refers to himself as 12.
it's 12. Yeah, he calls himself 12 in third person. Really, he calls
I
himself
watch
12.
a lot of Memphis post game too because they'll come on at a lot of times on 5 o'clock on the Pacific time. So I watch a lot of Memphis basketball, and he does. So I feel like they should have incorporated 12, but he's a star. Ja's marketable.
He's a star.
He's making Memphis
that's my point. That's what
basketball hot. Oh,
I just don't think
Memphis culture cool. He deserves a SIG.
Move the Nike symbol. That's all I'm saying. Move the Nike symbol.
Deserves a SIG.
Move the Nike
I
symbol.
hate that we had to sacrifice Kyrie to get fucking job, but more SIGs to me. If you a star and you average X amount of point of games,
I don't want to go down that road again.
I want SIGs for everybody because it's generational wealth, and I want all these players to get their bags. And I want everybody to get their money. That's why. And I like having options. I don't just want Jordan when I go there. I don't just want LeBron when I go there. I just want Kevin Durant when I go to the sneaker store. I want to pick my favorite player and then he get his sneaker.
I don't want to have to do there's too many signature athletes ran again, so we can do that for another time.
I don't love it. I don't know. I feel like there's a lack of creativity in there. But
I agree with.
I mean, it's simple.
But if you're a Luka fan, I want to get some Luka shoes with his Luka jersey.
Yeah.
I want to get some. Zion
I actually went to a store and I saw
his.
I saw the Luka insignia. It looks pretty cool. I was gonna buy it.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm a Luka fan, I want you to know that I'm a Luka fan with Luka merch, with Luka shoes.
I got you.
I'm becoming a Zion fan. I'm about to start buying Zion merch.
My only issue is just the Nike symbol. But other than that, great job. I can't wait to see how the signature shoe looks. I imagine it's going to be a low top. He plays in a lot of Kobe, so I imagine it's going to be low.
Wish AD plays some high tops.
All right, so end of the year. So basically, I don't think we're gonna. You said you want to do it the same format as we've been doing our last pods, right? So. I have a lot more than 3 written down, so I don't know if you guys want to, Rell, if you want to start talking about some topics that happened this year to culminate this year.
You start off. Get my things up real quick. Get to my notes. Hold on.
All right, so basically, we're just doing a recap of what happened this year as far as what happened in culture, stuff that standed out, some of the biggest events that happened. In music, movies, TV, across the world, politics. If y'all want to go there, anywhere across the world. So I will.
Kevin, I think you're muted.
I've been muted this entire time. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I love it.
Okay.
No,
wow.
I was just like, I wasn't sure if it was me. I thought my internet was lagging, but sorry about that, guys.
All right, I'm back. All right.
Yeah,
so
I thought my stuff was lagging too. So I was like, I don't know if that's me or
it was okay. My bad. I was trying to. I muted myself because I had to cough. But all right. So basically, I'm going to start with honorable mentions. I want to talk about some of the stuff that at least to me deserves to be talked about. I felt like was a historical moment. So in early January, we heard news that Snoop was buying Death Row Records. I feel like that, as a West Coast kid, I thought that was like a big historical moment. And then in January, when that happened, literally February 13th, We got the Super Bowl halftime with Snoop, with Kendrick, with Fifth, with Dre, with Mary, with M. I thought that was a big historical moment, obviously as well.
I think that was. I think that's probably the biggest thing as far as culturally, because I was surprised. I actually watched that performance recently, and I was just surprised as to how good it was. You
Yeah,
know, like how everything came together. Like even like they didn't give us the Nelly run out there, sucker for cornrows and manicured toes, freestyle.
no
You
comment.
know, uh, when he rapped or whatever he tried to do at the Super Bowl.
Nelly the
But
GOAT.
I really like what they did with that, like Mary J, everything. Like I forgot how dope. Like just look at earlier this year. Like look at the Rams team that was on the field that year, and the Rams team that we just saw a week ago.
Yeah, night and day. Um. Also, I know it's tough. We didn't have RIP up top, but just some of the legends that we lost. Obviously, for me, it starts with DJ Slay, who died at 55, and then uh, Bob Saget. I forgot when. I feel like he died in April. I can't remember off the top of my head. There's more. I got more on the list, but those were the ones that obviously in the beginning of the year that stood out to me. Oh, obviously, I mean, this was a big historical moment as well. You know that the whole PNB Rock Roscoe's him getting shot at Roscoe's unfortunately was a big moment as well. I felt like that was a huge talking point in the culture. And a lot of not me, but a lot of niggas still need to apologize to his girl because a lot of people was blaming her for that, and a lot of celebrities was blaming her too. So, but all right,
I would say just on that aspect, some things that from this year, what I remember is we lost Sidney Poitier.
yeah.
He died at 94 years old. I remember him because he was my grandma's favorite actor, and she used to always tell me if I would act that's who I should want to be like. And also just the night that the slap was this year, Will Smith and Chris Rock.
I was
And,
saving that. I was
I was
saving that
about to
one, but
say
yeah.
that because I was like,
Yeah.
Kevin's very conveniently skipping the
Come on, man. You know,
I wasn't sure if you had
I said that I was doing
and
honorable mentions.
and I want to go play Guess Who. But go ahead.
Nah, but I mean, if y'all want to just talk
about
about the slap heard around the world, because
Yeah.
literally, I will never forget. I mean, obviously, I would never forget it for a lot of reasons, but I would never forget it because literally we potted that night, and Jessie conveniently asked Rell. Rell was like, "Yeah, there's nothing to watch tonight." And Jesse was like, "What do you mean? The Oscars is on tonight?" And Rell said, "Ain't nobody watching that shit. They always playing with our shit anyway. Ain't nobody watching that shit." And literally, the entire world, if they did not watch it, they at least watched the clip of it that happened that night.
Well, they still play with our
Rell, yeah, I'm sure Rell. Anyway,
they still play with our
and unfortunately, Will is probably still dealing with the after effects of that from that slap. Obviously, I don't want to bury.
Speaking of that, just a quick question.
warrants the movie Emancipation. Fuck.
Yeah, y'all seen the trailer to Emancipation, right?
Rell saw the movie.
I watched it.
Where does Will get these accents from?
Come on, man, Rell. Jesse, you wouldn't take that. You wouldn't have done that accent choice.
No, like,
That wouldn't. That would have been your choice.
I don't know why he's doing that. Continue. I just don't get why he's doing that kind of accent.
Not too much on Will, man. Not too much on Will.
Listen, I just don't know why he brought the nigga from Focus, or no. What's the movie with the concussion? The doctor.
Concussion. You said it right.
Yeah. I don't know why he brought the doctor from Concussion.
Maybe he only has one accent, bro.
Because this is what. No, it doesn't. No, it's about All right, Rell, can you tell us what the movie's about?
Okay, so
I plan on watching it. Don't do that.
okay. I'm about to say. All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
don't
Well,
do
just
it.
give us a synopsis. So it's
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
about
yeah.
his
Yeah,
his family.
without spoiling shit.
Do you remember like there's the infamous picture of what is Peter? What's his name? Peter. I can't think of it. I can't think of. Sorry, I can't. Let me look it up right now.
The slave that had all the
Yeah.
scars.
It had all the scars on it. It's basically the origin story of that, and now leave it at that. Because if you know it, if you don't, you're gonna have to read it to it. It's just the origin story of everything that led to that photo of the world basically being shocked and saying this is effed up. You know, that's what's going on. So that's my simple synopsis without telling the majority of it. Only issue is Will. Why do you keep bringing the actor from Concussion to all these movies? Because it's the same dude.
Not too much on Will.
Why we gotta take it easy on Will, man?
Take it easy on Will, man. All right.
We all go through shit.
Will's my guy, man.
That nigga got rich nigga problems.
All right. So some of the most.
The only reason I asked that question is just like I don't know what point in time he is of being a slave and everything, but it's kind of like that accent's a little too strong. That's how I feel about it.
Will turn down Django, man, to do this.
You will never let that go.
It would have been a different movie. It would have been a different movie. I'm fine with that.
But he said his career.
That's not even Will's biggest turn down. That's not even Will's biggest turn down.
What Matrix is?
Yes.
Should have turned down Hancock.
But he turned that movie down because of the violence. He didn't turn it down because he didn't want to be a slave.
Wait till you see this movie.
Oh, my bad. Well, obviously, what, 15, what, 10, 15 years, 10 years later? It has to be like 10.
Jesse,
10
I've seen Roots. I've seen Roots on VHS.
No,
so I've seen Grimy Slave.
No, what? No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying at that time, he's never done a movie of that level of violence.
You think he saw them After Earth numbers, huh?
10 years later, obviously his mind changed. He's willing to do it. He's willing to even do a slave movie. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't willing to do that.
He saw them After Earth.
He's willing to do. If you watched him recently, he's willing to do some movies that he wasn't willing to do before. So
that's what happens when you slap another person.
Oh well, no, that movie.
When you do After Earth.
That's what I was going to say. It's more of an After Earth. It's an After Earth than slapping Chris Rock.
I like how you always bring up After Earth. He has other bad movies after Earth. Like I told you, I went to go see Gemini Man. I don't care. I went to see Gemini Man, and I told you.
Giving you $100 million, Will.
I went to go see.
We can give it to Dwayne. He can deliver at least a good.
Gemini Man is not worse than After Earth. If you got to think about it, that means it ain't. It ain't worse.
Hey, Kev, is it true that Gemini Man ties into Bad Boys 3?
No, Gemini Man is bad though. As a person who went to go see it in theaters and then watch it again, it's not.
Gemini Man is Gemini Man. There's the problem with Gemini Man. It could have been better. After Earth,
his Netflix movie was better than Gemini Man.
But,
okay,
that's not saying much.
What's the name of the Netflix movie? Bright was better than Gemini Man.
6 Degrees of Separation was better than Gemini Man.
Anyway,
Kev, the reason why I'm saying you can't say after the slap, that's why he did Emancipation. Emancipation was already done.
All
I'm
just mad. This is his first appearance out, and it's just like Hollywood. You I don't know. I just get a little.
Emancipation was supposed to be another Oscar bait movie,
but it's not. It's not even close to that. And then he's talking about people spitting in his face during the fucking filming of this movie, and they couldn't.
Where did that happen
at? No, read the story. He's talking about somebody like spitting his face when he was saying like one of his actors when they were doing a scene, they spit in his face or whatever. They were doing a scene or some shit like that.
Oh wow, he was filming. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about. I thought you were talking about when he did the premiere and stuff of it. I was like, when did that? It's
just a lot with Will this year. And then the slap was and honestly, that night it just, looking back on it, it's just fucking hilarious.
I will say is this: that apology that he did
not do.
to Chris Rock, that he sat down and it all makes sense now because all of a sudden he had a movie out coming out.
He had to.
2 weeks later.
He had to do
It
that.
was like he can't. There was
Apple
no
TV
way.
was like, nigga, we paid you $100 million.
Yeah, exactly. There was no way. There was no way they can't go with, like, Will, you're all over this movie. You can't not promote the movie.
Yeah.
That
Like,
nigga healed like Wolverine as soon as Apple.
It's like what they tried to do with Kevin Spacey in House of Cards, how they tried to get him out of there, but it's like the whole show is built around him. Anyway,
or it just one of those.
Yeah, but that's different.
it's like, yo, the whole show is built around him.
Kevin
No,
Spacey doing
it's
some
the
foul
reason.
shit.
I agree with.
I know, I'm agreeing, but I'm just saying like literally the show and the movie was built around this person. You have to take him out.
Yeah,
That's
but my
tough.
thing is just like
Same
it's
thing
like
was
one of
going
those
on with
things-
DC with the Flash guy. Anyway,
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, Will, they looked at it and they watched the movie. They were like, we got one of two choices. We don't put the movie out and we lose a lot of money, or you're gonna publicly apologize to Chris Rock,
excuse me.
and we're gonna promote this movie, and you have to promote the movie. He had to, because you know what I mean. Like, there was who's the other actors in the movie that it's like they're big enough to promote the movie to get sales. Like,
Right.
you just couldn't. But I'll give it a watch. It's on Apple Plus.
What was I about to say? All
I
right, so
don't know if I wanna
we're kind
watch
of
that movie.
we're kind of going along. So I'm gonna try to. All right, so moving on. Obviously, one of the biggest thing that happened is obviously the Iran war. That goes without saying, which is still going on now. Thoughts and prayers.
Man, what the
You mean Ukraine?
Ukraine. I said Iran.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Ukraine.
I was
like, wait, what?
I
I was like,
He's
what?
like, oh, Ukraine. I'm sorry. I apologize.
when did this happen?
Russia invading Ukraine. Yes.
Yes. I apologize.
The worst
Obviously,
thing I ever want to experience is I never want to see what I saw, what I had to see. Or social media becomes a dark fucking place.
when they were actually showing that was a dark place.
I mean, and I understand that it's a part of life, but if it's accessible to me, then I'm pretty sure it's accessible to a lot of people with that fucking bird. Well, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the little Twitter symbol is. So it's like I don't want to see, and it's like, and I know it's worse now. So I know, and like I just learned how I've done with social media, Instagram. I've become better at it. I've just learned to just unplug. And when I'm out, and what I'm looking for, I've learned to narrow my content to sports.
Told you.
Because that's what I want to like. I don't even looking at the booty girls anymore on Instagram anymore. Like I don't. It doesn't appease me anymore. Like I don't. I'm following less Instagram models.
I agree with everything Rell said except the booty girls. Obviously,
at this point, you don't even got to follow them. If you just scroll down and then it says suggested reels.
Yeah.
they
Oh,
put
don't
them
get me
all
started
in there.
on that. Don't get me started on
you
that. I
don't
mean,
even
I was
gotta
gonna
follow.
ask.
You don't gotta
I mean, if
follow.
we can talk about social for a little bit. Obviously, the biggest thing that happened in social was Elon Musk buying Twitter, and then everybody thinking Twitter was gonna die, and how Black
It still
Twitter.
can.
It still can.
Still-
Well, I think
here's the reason why it won't die is people just stay on it. If people just started really leaving it, it would die. But it really surprises me how long Twitter is just lasting. It does
because I believe that the good of Twitter can hold it up more than the bad of Twitter. Because
more
because
opposite. More the bad of Twitter holds it up than the good of Twitter holds it up. Like,
I mean, because you still
the bad being like,
because there's people who basically live off of Twitter, the Wojs and
yeah, but they would find other ways.
They find other
what I'm
ways.
trying to say is like the bad of Twitter is like things that trend, and it could be like the worst thing in the world that's trending, or stories come out like that's. I don't say it's a bad thing. I'm not saying like. I'm saying the bad stories, the stories, the messiness, the scandal, all that shit keeps it up. You know what I mean? More or less than, more than a Woj bomb or this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna happen regardless. Like he just got to find a new platform to do be able to do that. But it's like all that messy stuff, all the things that people want to create threads about and talk about. That's what kind of keeps it up. It became a story where people are like, well, this is the end of Twitter. And that became a trending topic. Yeah. And people joked about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people following what's going on with Twitter, like, and yet still on it. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I did think it was cool though that when that happened, everybody was like kind of reminiscing about the best moments on Twitter. So that's what made it cool. Like everybody was reminisce, like if you've been on there, like I've been on Twitter since 07? 08? No, like 09. I've been on Twitter for a long ass time. Right.
Did you have a curl?
I don't remember. I was definitely an egg and I didn't say anything and I still don't say anything on Twitter. But yeah, like they were bringing up stuff that like you had to like know. You had like it's literally like how the everybody was using the phrase like you had to be there at the beginning of this year. Like no, like you really had to be there. So like they were like real deep cuts. All right, so for me, this is one of the biggest L's / overhyped things that happened in the I guess it happened at the end of 2021, but it definitely continued in 2022. How everybody was trying to be smart with NFTs and Bitcoin. They was trying to throw it down our throats, and everybody was saying, "Hey, put your whole check, and you should put your whole check at Bitcoin. You should just get paid in Bitcoin." And not get real money. Money loses its value and dissipates, and that doesn't seem like it's the case anymore. So thank God.
Doesn't seem like that's just gone. Like, that's just gonna like the only thing that would probably bail them out is the government, but I don't think I think they're gonna let that shit.
And then if you want to take this dark, I know y'all seen what was happening to all those Bitcoin like some of those big
they all died.
I don't want to talk about mob and crazy stuff, but just know a lot. If you don't know, check the interwebs.
When I was in Miami and I had the Uber driver take me to the FTX arena, he was like, "Hey," he said, "Yeah," he said, "Down here."
You mean where the arena where the Heat play at?
Yeah,
FTX.
He said they don't say that shit down here, bro.
They're trying to change it to Bang Bros. I hope Bang Bros buys.
They're not trying to. Bang Bros. Bang Bros been trying to do it.
Please let Bang Bros buy that.
The NBA is not going to allow them to do it.
Why? Miami Heat arena, best arena food I've ever had, bro. I don't know what the fuck they doing there. I'm talking about. I'm spending hundreds. Like I'm getting mac and cheese, ribs.
Like, what happened? What's going on with the Lakers? Like, so because it's not going to be crypto.com arena for long.
No, it's going to be crypto.
It's going to be crypto for a while.
You think so?
Unfortunately.
With crypto falling apart?
I know. It says everything about what's going on in that building between the Lakers and the Clippers. It's self-explanatory. It's falling apart. Yeah, man. Thank God. No, I mean, I still have a little Bitcoins here and there, whatever we do, but the faith that I had, and I never understand NFTs. Nobody. Shout out to Dustin, especially shout out to Dustin for all the pods he's been doing all this week. Shout out to him if he ever gets to this part in the pod in this pod. He has been trying. Actually, he's not been trying. Every time I be like, "Yo, I don't understand NFTs." He literally stops and breaks down NFTs to me, and I still don't get it. And it's physically something I can't touch, but I own it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel real. It never felt real. That was like, you could explain crypto to me. You could explain all the others, but the NFTs never made sense to me. And it never was like one of those.
My money on
I'm not a financial advisor, but I would just say,
it never felt like something that was going to last. It was like, kind of like, it just really never felt like something that was going to last. Right. So that was like one of those things where it was weird. Yeah. It was just weird.
I agree. If you guys have any other ones before we kind of get out of here, those are the kind of the ones I want. I want to hit on.
The takeoff thing was probably
Yeah, I mean, obviously Takeoff.
That was probably I would say that was probably Nipsey. Since Nipsey, that was probably the hardest that I've had to. As far as just a reflection of just like,
I mean, obviously Kanye West's meltdown and what happened with Kyrie is self-explanatory too as well. But
Kanye don't know where he's at right now. That nigga sits somewhere with a mask on in his house by himself. But the Takeoff, like I said,
this is a funny one.
That shit hit me hard the most, man.
The Takeoff for sure. I agree with you. Let's talk about a positive one before we on the rekindling of love. We got Benifer, guys. Like,
it gives a fuck.
Look, man, love conquers all. Jesse, you're muted.
When you love, what happens when y'all both smoke the block out and come back to each other? Because that's what basically happened.
My bad. Anyways, we're not going to talk about it.
I should put that on that list.
Shout out Wakanda Forever from 2022. That was one of the better moments that we got to celebrate Chadwick Boseman. That definitely needs to be appreciated.
I agree. Shout out to Latin Panther.
Shout out to the step that Drink Champs took this year. Good and bad.
The whole Brittany Griner saga.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that as well too. Brittany Griner, obviously, and her being released. We talked about that. Any other big things? For me, this is personal.
Herschel Walker almost becoming.
I left that one out purposely. Are they saying light the beam? Anyway, that just made you mad. Why'd you make you mad?
Because I don't like the whole little propaganda they trying to do, taking away shine from the Lakers.
Okay. Shout out big winner Pete Davidson. A lot of people did not know your name this year, and people ended up knowing.
Nobody still knows it. So move on.
No disrespect. People knew who he was. So he was a comedian. Obviously, he worked on SNL. Yada.
A lot of people don't.
No, a lot of people knew who he was, but he became an A-lister because he dated. Who he dated. Shout out to him.
I think he became an A-lister, but he became. He entered the foray of another, level. That's all. Like I don't think he became an A-lister. It's not like
he does not get all these commercial endorsements if he did not date who he dated. The dude has a Taco Bell endorsement, and then he has some other one that I can't think of off the top of my head. Kendrick Nunn, you suck. All right.
I just it is what it is. I don't know if we call him a winner for all those things, but he's doing this thing.
I call him a winner.
I call him Kevin Federline. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's just not all that. I mean, he's not my cup of tea, but
he's not my cup of tea either. But I can respect a W in a winner like that. Shout out to him. Anyway, great pod, fellas. I don't know if we're gonna pod next week. This might be the end of the year pod for us. Thank you for all.
If we do pod next week, I think the topic should just be us talking about our year.
I mean, we could definitely do that.
About what this year was like for us.
I mean, I've talked about this is one of the worst years of my life as far as financially, mentally. I almost died this year. I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of losses this year. We could definitely talk about that if y'all want to. But anyway. Shout out to you guys. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to all our loyal listeners. If you made it this far, we really fuck with you. We really rock with you. So for Rell, Jesse, I'm Kev, we're those millennials, and we're out.